I think we're live.
We're live. Yes. Okay, now. Whoops.
Hey now.
Thank you.
What's going on up there?
Now, where do you want me?
Hi, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, Terry had called me earlier.
Okay, this is Julian.
Do a vigil for
Stand out here, right there, and I'll shoot that way.
Okay.
I'll come around back there, Flynn. Hey, Deputy Freedom. We're just in time.
Okay, I have the mic on, but I'm not. It's not coming in the speaker. I do have it on. Oh, shoot. 5.
That's fine. I want to figure out how to, and I'm going to mute myself later on, please.
Hey, Julian.
I want to figure out how to talk.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. We're kind of. Just a minute. We're having trouble with the mic here.
Check.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I think it's good. Okay.
It's good.
Test.
There we go.
Okay. Now we got it. Alrighty. Sorry about that.
What's up, Julian?
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
There we
man.
go.
Good, I'm glad your voice is better this time.
Oh yes, it is much better. Yes, that's right. The last time I talked to you, I could hardly say anything.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Well, listen.
Yeah.
I know. Diane said that you would prefer us to ask you questions. So we have some. If there are questions that you don't feel comfortable answering, let us know. But one thing I think people would be interested in is a little bit of background about your hometown and where you're from, where you grew up.
Yeah? Yeah, so I was born in New Jersey. And when I was 5 years old, my family moved to Lebanon in the Middle East.
Oh yeah.
And because my dad's side is Lebanese. So, yeah, so I grew up and lived there for 12 years. And we were actually evacuated from there in the summer of 2006 aboard the USS Trenton, and then brought back. We went from Lebanon to Cyprus, and then from Cyprus to Germany, and then from Germany we were brought to Fort Dix, New Jersey. And then in 2006, so I've been back here since 2006, and lived in New Jersey up until I moved to North Carolina. That's when I recently, the last 4 years before I got locked up, I kind of ran my own business. It was like a family thing with my brothers. And then I lived in North Carolina for 2 years, and then I lived in Pennsylvania for 2 years, the last, 2 years or 2 or 3 years before I got arrested.
Where in Pennsylvania?
State College in the mountains, kind of where Penn State is.
Okay, so that's pretty close to where we are.
Yeah, it's kind of close to there.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, so, it's super cold in the winters because it's in the valley too. Not only
Yeah, it is.
but in the valley, and it's about like we're in a wind tunnel at all times.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is kind of that way up west of us. Yeah, where we are, it's kind of the same way. And sometimes we get more snow than people north and south of us. So what kind of business did you have?
We just had like a smoothie shop, a fast casual restaurant. Yeah, it was in college town, so we made the like superfood bowls, and we did protein shakes, and kind of like a more healthier concept, breakfast food.
Yep. I imagine that did pretty well in
This
state
call
college.
is from a federal prison.
Sorry?
I probably did pretty well in state college, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when the students were there. But, you know, then you had had a couple months during the summertime and the holidays where it was kind of died down. And it's crazy because COVID happened around spring break. All my employees went away for spring break, and then they never came back because as soon as it happened, as soon as COVID hit, they were like, "Yeah, our parents don't want us coming back." So it's kind of just like took a steep dive from there, and you know, unfortunately, we had to close our doors like a month or two after that. Yeah, because state college it survives only on you know, it's mainly students.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's almost like a huge city when they're there, and then when they're gone, it's like a ghost town.
Yeah, everything's based around it. Yeah, I mean, it has an interesting story, but now it's like everything's based around the university, pretty much.
Yeah. So you employed mostly students then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For the most part.
So what was the most favorite thing that you served?
Do you know what acai is?
No.
If you go, it's a super fruit from Brazil, so we kind of specialized in that. Yeah, it's like a fad that you see these. They're like the Hawaiian bowls, they call them. They're like super fruit bowls.
Yeah.
That we kind of went into that. And that was one of the favorite things that people came in for. I mean, we made smoothies and bowls for like the football team and like for all these athletic teams, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it would have been a lot of contact with the students.
Yeah, going on campus to do promotional events too, and doing. I did a lot of fundraisers for like all these different clubs and organizations, so giving back was very important.
Did you serve anything from like a food choice or favorite food from Lebanon?
No, I mean we kind of did have hummus because we had avocado toast and then we have hummus toast. So I guess that was kind of the closest thing. Yeah, that we did there. Other than that, not really.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to close. It sounds like that it was a pretty popular place, especially for the students.
Yeah.
Now, what are your plans after you are released? And I know that probably is not going to be soon, but what are you going to try to reopen a shop?
I don't know about that. I'm not really sure about that. I'm just kind of taking things one day at a time right now. God willing, I hope to write a couple books.
Yeah.
I want to write one about, you know, my whole journey, and you know, maybe one about January 6th and about my journey in here in the prisons.
He's writing now.
And then and whatever else, you know, whatever else happens until my out date is 2026, depending on what happens with Donald Trump when he comes back, if he doesn't come back, if he comes back.
Right.
I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Now, are you writing the books now? Are you trying to put stuff together now?
I wrote a lot in D.C. Because we were in solitary confinement for a long time.
Right.
So I was writing a lot more in Washington, D.C. It kind of helped me too, you know, going through that kind of time mentally, and so I wrote a lot more in D.C. But here I try to write once or twice or 3 times a week. But mostly it's going to be about D.C. and how that, you know, completely transformed me as a person. The things that I can't believe people are still there. Like, people are still having to endure those conditions.
Yes, they are.
They are, and there are more there now than there had been recently. All the guys that were in Lewisburg, except one, were sent back to DC. I don't know, there might be 25 or 30 guys back down in there now.
Yeah, when I left, we were down to like 22.
Yeah. Did the guys from Lewisburg come back yet, or had they not?
Sorry?
Had the guys from Lewisburg come back at that point, or did they?
No, I left before the Lewisburg guys came back.
Because they had, the highest number in Lewisburg was 18, and there's all but one, so 17 came back.
Okay.
And so I imagine there are probably about 30 guys there now.
Yeah, the most we ever were, I believe, was like 44 or 45 people in there.
Yeah.
At one point.
So are you getting commissary? Are you getting commissary pretty consistently?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the commissary here is...
This call is from a federal prison.
The commissary here is kind of terrible. They're closed like every month. They're closed like 2 weeks out of the month, and they're always out of stuff. And so there you have to wait for like 2 hours. But I get, I get what I need every month, so I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
What kind of activities are you involved in, or do they have for you to be involved in there?
There's a lot here. I took a guitar class recently.
Good for you.
For fun. Yeah, and we play tennis a couple times a week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So, like I told someone before, but I'm at a medium security facility.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot more politics than there would be at a or a camp.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like there's different cards here. There's like the black card, and there's the white card, and there's the Mexican card. So, and just like, it's like different cards have different things. Like the whites have the tennis court, so we play tennis.
Uh-huh.
And it's like that. I mean, even though it's unheard of in the BOP anywhere for low security to mix in with medium security, but here we are.
Yeah. Now, are you able to have visitors?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple visits so far.
Is your how close is your family to you?
Oh, they're 5 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah, ironically, I'm farther here from them than I was in DC.
So your family's living in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Where is he right now?
He's in Brook, New York.
Oh, New York.
Raybrook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, pretty much on the border of Canada.
Oh, is it that far north?
It's like, yeah, upstate, very upstate New York. We're by Lake Placid. We're by Lake Placid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're by Lake Placid.
I wasn't sure exactly where it was located. When somebody said it was upstate New York, I was thinking more western, like Lake Ontario area. I didn't realize you were that much further north.
Yeah, we took a bus from Lewisburg to here, where it was like 6 hours.
Yep, I would imagine. Yep.
Yeah, so.
Are there any other J6s there with you?
No, unfortunately not. Only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because, everybody kind of knows me because I'm the only one here.
Yeah. Another question that we've had is, do you like to read, and are there any books that people who are watching the live stream could send you?
There's a whole library here, and I have a bunch of books, but I actually just got a screen for this program that is supposed to hopefully take a year off my sentence. So I might be transferred. As soon as I'm designated and they know where I'm going. I might be transferred out of here, so I would just hold off on that because I don't want them to send them and then just have the books be returned if I'm not here anymore.
Right.
So hopefully going somewhere closer to home, but I don't know where I'm designated yet.
Okay. So theoretically, you're probably going back somewhere in New Jersey.
Hopefully, or PA, maybe PA.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put me, but yeah. So yeah, it just gave me that beep. Means
Yeah, you
I
have a minute
about
left.
15 seconds left or so.
Is there anything else that we can do for you? I know you changed, you set up a new fundraiser.
Yeah, my fundraiser, it's Gifts and Go. It's giftsandgo.com/save Julian Cater.
Okay. And I think that's running on across the bottom on the live stream, so people are aware of that. So that's one way you all can help him is to contribute to his Gifts and Go. And so I do have a letter partially written for you. I just haven't gotten it finished yet. So I'm hoping to get that done this weekend, and I'll get it off on Monday. And so I guess God bless you, Julian, and thanks for standing for us, and that's why we're standing out here for you.
There's lots of people ready to read his book right now.
Did we lose him? I think we did. Are you still there, Julian? Yeah, we lost him.
We lose him.
Well, guys, it sounds like we lost him. I didn't hear it beep in. We didn't get the recording that the call was over, but it looks like the call is done. So, yeah, it sounds like he's qualified for the program, that he's able to take time off of his sentence. Sounds like maybe up to a year. And if once he's qualified and they, I guess, process whatever it is, sounds like he might be moving somewhere closer to home, either PA or in New Jersey. I think his family is somewhere around Newark. So PA really isn't that close to Newark. It's closer than where he is now, though. So just contribute to his Gifts and Go. And let's show Julian that we really are standing out here with him. And let him know that he's not been forgotten, that especially since he's the only J6er in this jail. I would imagine it may get somewhat lonely at times because he doesn't have any of that part of this family to talk to and visit with and communicate with. So we really are his family out here right now, and so let's support him. I like the
You really got to get close to it, though.
okay, I will. Yes, you may. Go right ahead.
GPAT, we got your chat in there about getting those articles to Howard Richardson, and Roy's hitting right here. And maybe you might have to hand deliver them to him in order for them to get delivered to him. She's having trouble she's sent them to him several times.
Yeah, you can't hand deliver anything, though.
You cannot hand
No,
deliver
can't take
anything to the inmates.
No.
Okay.
There's got to be a way to get them to him. It's strange. He's gotten every letter so far that I've sent.
Okay.
But it might depend on what it is. What's she trying to send him?
Why can't she send it to you and you send it?
Transcribed.
I can try that, but I can't
Transcribed
hand carry
articles.
it.
No.
Yeah.
She send it to you. You put it in the mail with your return address and send it to him.
That would work.
That might work.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. We need to use it.
Who is it that's trying to?
GPAT.
GPAT, it's Tina. Why don't you try sending Roy or Harold's mail to Roy, and then Roy will resend it into him. Maybe it's the return address that is giving them a problem. And because Roy says everything that he has sent in through the mail has gone through and Harold has gotten it. So, I'm not sure how you're gonna get Roy's address, but we'll figure that out. And, but maybe that's one way
We have
we
each
can-
other's numbers.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Text it to me.
Okay, just text it to him.
Yeah, I'll
and-
send her my address.
And he'll send you his address,
Might be my
and we'll
phone,
try to
too.
see if
Might
we
be-
can get your mail into Harold that way.
Saying it's glorious.
Okay.
It's probably because we're right up against the wall.
Oh. Maybe we can move out a bit.
Okay, so we're in windy conditions here. We're setting up in a new location. We're trying to block wind with this building, but it looks like it's interfering. So if I can get some feedback from the chat on the sound that we're getting. Was the sound okay on the phone call?
That is really weird.
And the wind's kind of dying down right now, so.
Tina said it would.
Yeah, this little front went through Montoursville.
Okay,
this
sound is
afternoon,
great. Did the picture
and
improve
everything
yet?
died down
I did move the
right around
camera.
5 o'clock, so.
And if you think it's the building, Steve, we could move everything out that way.
I'm not
10
on
feet.
Prism, Deb. I tried Prism last night and it left me hanging, so I'm going direct through YouTube right now. Picture did not improve.
Not yet.
How far lagged are you?
Not far.
Okay.
I can't tell. Maybe 10, 20 seconds.
I think it should be better out here.
How many bars of signal do you have?
I don't know. But that Prism just didn't work for me last
Isn't
night.
that weird? Because I do have the hotspot here. We could shift over to that. That's got like full signal. But you'd have to go off. You'd have to stop the stream while we do that. Can you see it right? I've got 3 bars here, but I have different carrier than you, so that doesn't mean anything.
Sound is good. Thanks, Ava. Hi, Ava. Thanks for being here.
Steve, is Jane on yet?
Rush Limbaugh articles is what Pat was. She has transcribed Rush Limbaugh articles.
Oh, and they don't want him to get that. I
Is
mean,
that censored information? in
Shouldn't be.
prisons?
shouldn't be.
Is it improved?
No.
All right, we'll try another spot.
Yep. I'm overwhelmed.
Move 5 feet. Changes. I mean, it looks great on my screen on the camera that we're streaming on right now. It looks really good.
Let me try something. Let me turn off the hotspot. I wonder if that might be causing you a
Deb, I've been streaming with a lot of people that use Prism, and a couple of nights I had 0 problems, and they all did. So there's something about going that adds a complexity to it that makes it go down on Freedom Corner at least.
Let's see if it gets better now. I shut
Okay.
this thing off. I thought it might be
Yeah,
interfering.
as long as we got good sound, that is true.
That's the important thing.
All right, now we might be getting wind noise here.
Well, our next Patriot on the list is Joshua Pruitt, and this may be him.
There we go.
Federal prison. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from...
Joshua Lloyd Pruitt.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this, you may begin speaking now.
Hello?
Hey, Joshua.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Good. It's Tina.
Hey, nice to finally talk to you.
Yes, you too. So how are things in West Virginia today?
They're going. I've been staying pretty busy just between I have that program in the morning. On the weekends I don't, obviously, but I started working in the kitchen about a week ago.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you don't make any money down there, but it gets you out of the unit and you get to eat a little bit better. So definitely there's some perks in being in there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a silver lining, it sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit. I was a competitive bodybuilder when I was out there on the street. I mean, it's what I did. I ran gyms for years, so I lost 60 pounds when I came in here because of lack of food and being able to go to the gym and all that. So I'm trying to put some of it back on.
Is a lot of that muscle weight?
Yeah, that was all muscle weight. Yeah, that was all muscle weight. I think I came in at like 245 and I dropped as low as 185. I'm back up to 200 now.
Well, good. Are you able to work out in a gym on the grounds anywhere?
I mean, we made up some bags and some stuff like that, but it's nothing compared to what I mean, I was benching 455 on the street and hack squatting 1,100 pounds. I don't have access to any of that kind of weight.
Well, at least you've got something you can use to do resistance stuff with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So have you seen your family recently?
I haven't, seen my family? I haven't seen my family at all since I came in. I mean, the only person I even talked to is I talked to my sister. I talk to my dad every now and then. My dad's in Georgia. I talk to him every now and then. He's actually right in the early stages of Alzheimer's.
I'm so sorry.
So I don't know how that's going to work out by the time I get out of here. I don't know if it's going to be full-blown or what's going to happen with that. The other family member I'm in touch with, which is the one I am, is my sister in North Carolina. We talk all the time.
But nobody's been able to come up and actually do any face-to-face with you.
No, I haven't even bothered putting anybody on my visitor list because they put me so far away from everybody.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to, what they say is they're supposed to put you close to family or close to your home, and I'm 5 hours away from any address that I've ever lived at. And I'm about 4 or 5 hours away from anybody I know.
It makes no sense.
And it makes no sense. It makes no sense that I'm here at all, you know. But I mean,
yep, I know.
it just, the way they do this system is when you come in, they have this point system, and I had 23 points when I came in. And the way they did it is, so 23 points is really high. Like, that's 2 points away from me going to the penitentiary. And they dropped me 3 points, which put me at a FCI instead of a penitentiary for taking the plea deal. So if I would have went to trial, I would have went to the penitentiary for probably 8 years. But my points are they're kind of a joke. So they're supposed to give you 1 point per misdemeanor on criminal history. They gave me 6 points for my criminal history for 2 DUIs that I've had in 25 years. One of them was like 7 years ago. The other one was like 10 years ago. They gave me 2 points apiece. And then they also gave me 2 points for being on probation for one. So I got 6 criminal history points for something I should have had like 2 points for at the most.
And at the time, you were not on probation for either one.
Well, no, I was on probation for the later one.
Oh.
I was on, because it went through court and I was trying to beat it, and we finally just took the probation on it. So I was actually on probation for it. So I ended up 4 points on something I should have got 1 point for. But the other kickers, they gave me, it was either a 6 or a 7 point variance for domestic terrorism on my security level.
Yep.
I don't have a domestic terrorism charge. So I don't know how they can do that. I mean, my charge is literally obstruction of an official court proceeding and aiding and abetting, and I'm not sure who in the world I would aided and abetted anyway.
That particular charge, from what I've seen, shows up a lot Like it just listed it with everybody.
Well, you know, I think they try to throw crap against the wall and see if it sticks because one of the initial charges that they had me with was it was violent acts inside of a federal building. So I don't even know what that charge means or how that would really pertain. But they ended up dropping that. And I mean, the main reason why they dropped it is because there's multiple.
This call is from a federal prison.
There's multiple videos of me in the Capitol that show me right in front of police arguing with police, but clearly showing that I never physically got violent with them. So the idea that you tried to say that I was violent, you can't even argue the fact that I wasn't violent because I couldn't get to the cops.
Right.
Because I was sitting there arguing with them. So I mean, you can't even use that. So they dropped that real quick. So I don't even have a violent felony, you know. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I guess if my last name was Biden, I'd be sitting at home right now.
Right.
Yeah, that probably would be.
That's what we're finding out.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And you'd have $1 million. You'd have $1 million.
But it is what it is. I mean, this will be over eventually. I mean, you know, they wanted to shut us all up, and they did a pretty good job at it for the most part. But you know, I feel the whole thing was a setup. You know, my thought process on it is, they let us in. Look, they got a 2-for-1. They took our voting rights away and they took our gun rights away, the two things that we're fighting for as Republicans and conservatives. So they got exactly what they wanted. It was a win for them no matter what.
Yep.
So,
And you're right. I think it was a setup, and they knew they had tons and tons and tons of people that they could pull from, and
yeah.
and just did it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but they can't find somebody with cocaine in the White House. So it's insane.
I know.
I mean, it's just. But when I get out of here, I plan on trying to be as active and part with groups and just be as loud as I can, to be honest, without just being tactful about it and make sure I don't do anything to end up back in here. I mean, however, when I did this, I didn't think I was going to end up in here. Before I came in, I've been a bartender also for 15 years, and I've been looking at spaces to open a bar. So I'm going to try to do that when I get out, but I kind of have some different plans on what I was going to do now. I was going to name it the 1776 Pub and grand opening on January 6th.
I think that's pretty awesome.
So, and just kind of slam it in their face and you know, across the bar have literally the Constitution under the wood and, you know, just...
I love that idea.
Yes, I love it. My.
Yeah, so I think it would play well, so...
Yeah, because your home state's listed as D.C., you're going to probably have to relocate, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not going there, I can tell you that, which sucks. I mean, it sucks and it doesn't. I'm kind of over it anyway, just because of the politics. It used to be a really good city.
Yeah.
But I'm more than likely going to North Carolina, because that's where my sister's at. I mean, I need to be within striking distance of D.C. just because I have two kids there.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, I'm just gonna kind of land wherever it makes the most sense.
Well, I'll tell you what, if North Carolina or Georgia doesn't work, you're welcome in central Pennsylvania anytime.
I would definitely go to Pennsylvania because that's also just a jump from D.C. for me.
It is, yeah,
Love to have you, man.
We're probably 3.5, 4 hours from where we're broadcasting from to D.C.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd love to have you here. We'd love to have that bar sitting right on our street corner.
You there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry, it's doing its beepy thing. But yeah, I mean, I definitely plan on doing that. I got a lot of plans for it. I mean, some stuff is corny or whatever, you know. In the urinals, I'm gonna have the little Biden's face as a little, you know.
Kamala.
Oh my, that's awesome. You still there? Now, the call just cut out again.
Okay.
I wonder if I'm pressing this in too far charge of the speaker? Phone's on. But it's not cutting it off. It's just a call. I wonder if I'm pressing too hard. That's right. Okay, but is it coming through on the phone? Okay, so now I'm gonna have to take it off. Okay, okay, all right.
The wind is making this tougher.
Yeah, you're losing people.
What?
They're saying that you're losing people.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to do the best we can here.
Yeah, see, I was having a bit of, I monitored, I was having a bit of, I can hear the, let me show you what they do down here. I have to,
My speaker's right here. That's my speaker. Yeah. And I'm wondering if I'm pressing this too close in and for some reason it's dropping a call because we've dropped 2 calls and we shouldn't have. Because we didn't get the
Seems that
recording
way,
that
yeah.
the call was done. I mean, it was almost done because he said that he had gotten the beep, which indicated, the last minute.
the wind's messing us up too. It really is.
And you're right, it may be the wind too, I'm not sure. I don't know. So we'll see. Next Patriot to call in on the schedule is Doug Jensen. He is in Fort Worth, Texas. His home state is Des Moines, Iowa. He was arrested 1/8/21, sentenced 12/16/22 to 60 months. He does have a GiftSendGo account. It's GiftSendGo G26, capital F, capital Y. It's also a capital G. So we'll just see what happens here.
All right, let's switch mics.
Okay.
Let's try without it. Maybe this thing is called without it.
Okay. So see, when I hold the mic, it's a little bit concave, and so the speaker isn't tight up against the metal.
All right. Did you hear the wind? So there's a certain way to turn and not turn. Like when you held it up and you were facing that way, I could hear the wind in the bike. You can hear it coming out of here. So it's sporadic when that's happening.
Yeah.
This is something we
Well,
conscious
we'll
of
just,
and
yeah, we'll
then
just
talk
have
right
to,
into that.
okay. Yeah, if my speaker were down here, that would be different, because I could do this. But my speaker's on the side. So either I have to take the mic away, talking to it, and put it back, or I've got the phone and the mic right in my face.
That's what we do.
Okay,
Even
all
closer.
right,
Even closer.
okay, all right.
All right. We got some time.
We have 2 minutes.
Call it
Doug Jensen's calling in next. So,
You hear your pledge?
what, Flint?
prayer.
Prayer?
Oh, you know what? We didn't pray. We didn't do our pledge of allegiance yet. Because it took us a while to get set up because of the wind and figuring out where we could go, so that we didn't get any more wind interference than we're getting. So we're going to go ahead and pray here and then do our pledge, and hopefully we can get that done in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Steve, why don't you go ahead and pray?
Father God, we praise your holy name. We praise the wisdom and knowledge that you have entitled us with, and we pray that we are worthy stewards of that knowledge and that information. We're here to stand for your righteousness and make it aware. We're here to expose the wickedness of the wicked, and we will give the wicked no rest from here on out, Father. It's taken over our country, and together we stand against it. We repent for our country. We repent for our sins. And we praise you for the anointing blood of our Holy Savior, enabling us to approach you and worship you, Father. Bless this broadcast, Father. Help us to get a good signal out. We pray that we have enough listeners, and give us success with the call, Father. May your message get out in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
To accept this call, press 5.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Hey, Doug, how are you? It's Tina.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I thought maybe I interfered with the call because I accidentally hit the accept number twice, so I thought maybe it was going to go away, but it didn't, so that's good. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yep.
I'm down here in Texas. So it's a lot better than Lewisburg, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah? Probably hotter, though.
What's that?
Probably hotter.
Yeah, but at least here there's air conditioning, where in Lewisburg there isn't.
Yep, that's true. There's not.
Uh,
So I'm glad you're in a place where you're at least comfortable.
yeah, this is definitely a lot nicer.
Yeah. Now, how far away are you from home?
Not sure exactly how many miles. I'm gonna say it's over 1,000 miles from home.
So
Like
much,
a
so much for being sent somewhere where you're close, huh?
Right, yeah.
So have you been able to have any visits?
Twice since I've been here. Can you agree?
So, well, that's good. Do you have any children?
I have 3 kids. I've got a 22-year-old son, got an 18-year-old daughter, or I'm sorry, she just turned 19.
Oops.
I got a 17-year-old daughter.
So what kind of plans do they have for the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, my son actually just moved back in home with family.
Yeah?
Not sure what he wants to do. He's still in that deciding stage. And my little daughter, she's kind of bouncing around too, still trying to figure out what she wants to do. She was in college for a while, but I think she stepped out. Got a little overwhelmed. Youngest daughter, she's still in high school. She's a straight A student. She's doing really good.
Good.
They're doing real good. I don't know what kind of goals they've got set right now.
Yeah. I'm sure it's hard for you not being there to help them do that.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Now, are there any other J6ers there with you?
Yeah, there's 2 other January 6ers here besides me that are on the prison side.
Yeah.
One of them, his name is Josh. I'm not sure what his last name is. He just got here. And the other one is DeCarlo.
Nicholas?
Nick DeCarlo.
Yeah, we talked to him a couple weeks ago. He was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so tell him we said hi next time you
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's awesome. How are you doing with commissary?
I'm doing good. I have somebody from Arizona that's sponsoring me, so they've been putting money on my books once a month.
Awesome.
That is so awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really helps.
Yep, I'm sure it does.
Oh,
It's a financial strain with your own family, I'm sure.
right, yeah, because it's hard to want to ask my family for something because I know I'm taken from them, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure that's just got to be a tough decision.
Yeah, it's God bless the people that are out there that are helping us, because definitely it's very hard to try to ask our family for stuff because they're struggling, you know.
They're trying to stay above water themselves.
Right.
So what did you do before you were detained? Like what business or what were you into or?
I did masonry for 20 years. I was in the union. I only had 9 years to go and would have been able to retire with a full pension. Hopefully they'll, I don't even know if I'm in shape to do that anymore, honestly. After being locked up for so long in solitary confinement, and, you know, they, like when I was in Lewisburg, they wouldn't even let us out to exercise, you know. So, and when I was in the DC jail, same thing. I didn't see fresh air for like the first year, and same thing with when they put me in Alexandria. Same thing, you know. I'd be in my cell I'd come out of my cell for that 1 or 2 hours a day, and so when I got here, I hadn't exercised in a long time, and I used to be able to do tons of pull-ups and tons of push-ups. I could barely do 5 push-ups when I first got here without being exhausted. Now I'm back.
You lost
Now I'm back.
incredible amounts of muscle mass, I'm sure.
Oh man, yeah. So now that I'm here, though, we have recreation. I'm able to go outside. When I first got here, I tried to lift weights, and I was almost too embarrassed to even try to lift weights with some of these prisoners, you know.
So how are you,
This call is from a federal prison.
how are you
Every
doing
day
now?
now I walk the track every day, and I do 100 push-ups and dips and everything else. So I've built my strength back up.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it'll come back. It's just, you know, consistency and doing it every day.
Yeah, you know. But it's amazing, you know. I'm 43 and being kept in a box for 2 years has done a lot to me, you know.
I'm sure.
But, and I really, you know, when I left DC and I went to Lewisburg, I'm like, oh wow, this place is so great, but really it wasn't. It was just great compared to the you know,
So how's your
way I'd been used to before that.
Right.
So,
How's your diet and how's the food in Texas?
the food here is not good. A lot of the prisoners, they don't give us our full portions because they're all taking and stealing the food, and then you have to buy the food from the prisoners. So they feed us very small portions here, a lot of carbs. It's really pathetic, honestly, but I make sure I eat all the protein that I can eat, and I try to avoid all the carbs.
Yeah. So are you able to make up some of that with commissary?
Yeah. So, there's other prisoners that we get together and we'll put food in together, and then we make stuff.
Yeah. I can't imagine that commissary is a healthy diet either, though.
No, not really. But sometimes I'll go to eat in the chow hall, and it'll be just enough food just to make you hungry. You know, they don't feed us enough for they don't feed you enough to, you know, if you're a grown man, that's for sure. So are you guys outside of Lewisburg?
Well, no, we're not. We're at kind of an undisclosed location, but we're in the same general area.
Okay.
There was a change in the assistant warden of Lewisburg, and he told us we weren't allowed to stand in front of the gate anymore. So we have 2 or 3 different locations that we broadcast from to kind of rotate around. And,
Gotcha.
And so, but we're in the same general area. We're just not in front of the gate.
So they wouldn't be able to see you if you were.
No,
But,
No, but they knew we were out there, but you're right. They couldn't see us. We're too far away.
Right.
We couldn't get any further than, that gate back that lane back into prison.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm not there anymore, that's for sure.
Now, when were you in Lewisburg?
I was there for 8 months. I was there from I was there from 2022, say in January of 20. Over. Yeah.
Because some of the guys that were there most recently, their experiences were a little bit better than what you're describing. They were allowed to go outside. They had rec. They said the food was pretty good. Most of them had come in from D.C. or Northern Neck.
Yep.
And from what they described, the diet that they were getting was pretty good.
This call is from a federal prison.
The food at Lewisburg was the best out of all places I've been. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's it if they're letting them go outside finally. I don't know why they wouldn't let us go out when we were there.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy said that the food was really good there.
Yeah, not having air conditioning and it's just miserable in there.
Yep.
And they sell fans on commissary, but they're always out of stock on the fans. The whole time I was there, I wasn't able to buy a fan.
Yeah.
And every morning I'd wake up in a pool of sweat. It was just disgusting.
Yeah, I know this week and this past week here have been in the 90s, and the humidity's been like at 90%. There's still one J6er in Lewisburg, and he has said that it's just awful. It's just awful. There's no airflow inside the building, and you were there, so yeah, the last couple weeks have been pretty tough.
That's horrible. Not only that, but they say you're not in general population, but you are pretty much.
Yeah.
You're in there with all kinds of messed up people. That's for sure. I've met murderers and rapists and everything else being locked up in pre-trial. Now that I'm here in prison, I'm around. I'm in a low, so the people that are murderers here have been locked up for 20, 30 years, but they don't have the same mentality as they did. And a lot of your people that I'm locked up with in a low are going to be your drug-related.
Yeah, I was going to ask you whether you were in a low or medium facility.
Yeah. This is a medical facility, but I don't know. I think they got their license yanked. This is the worst medical treatment that I've had since I've been locked up.
What kind of medical treatment have you been not getting?
Well, I have high blood pressure, and now I have I can't think of them.
High cholesterol?
Yeah, cholesterol. I didn't have high cholesterol before, but now I'm on medication for high cholesterol. And they've taken my blood pressure once since I've been here when I first got here, back in January. And like one day, I touched the walls here in the prison and I rubbed my eye, and it felt like I had some kind of infection in my eye, and it took me 4 days to be seen. My eye burned for 4 days, and when I went to the little emergency room, they're like, "Are you breathing?" And I'm like, I said that was a rhetorical question, and they got upset with me. They would not see me because I was breathing.
Oh, man. You don't know
Yeah,
what was
one-
on. You don't know what was on the walls, do you?
They put me on antibiotics and gave me an eye drop thing. But yeah, I don't know if it was staph infection I got on my eye or what, but I could barely open my eye for like a week.
Yep. So what was your blood pressure when they took it in January?
It was like 150 over 100 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a little bit high.
Yeah.
Are you still feeling? Were you feeling like it was high then? Why aren't they warning us that the call's ending?
I don't
He
know.
didn't say anything on his end either.
No, Well, that call ended. I saw it come up on the phone, but we got no recording that the call was done or that there was a minute left on the call. So I'm not sure what's going on. That's not ever happened before. So I think that's maybe what's happened the first two calls too. They're just cutting it off at 15 minutes. They're not.
It didn't feel like 15 minutes though either.
Well, it's 15:20 on my phone.
That was 15 minutes?
15:20.
Okay. All right.
So it seems like they're just cutting it off at 15 minutes. So we'll give the next guy a heads up. Who is, Greg Rubinacker's calling in from Loretto. That's in Western PA. His home state is in New York. He's from Farmingdale. He was arrested 2/9/21, sentenced 5/22/22 to 41 months. He does have a Give Send Go fundraiser. It's Give Send Go Greg Rubinacker. We have a couple minutes. We have about 4 minutes.
Okay, I just saw in the chat there that April, you were here for Doug's call. And I'm glad we could get that out to you. I hope it was clear. We enjoyed hearing from him also, and we didn't get a chance to say that you were in that chat to say hello to him. I'm sorry, April.
I remember that.
April, I didn't know that you were on the chat. Had I known, we would have made more of an effort to let Doug know that you were on. That you could have said hi, or he could have said hi to you. I apologize for that, and hopefully next time he calls, maybe you could call us right after, and then we could talk to you on the phone also, and just get your perspective and just talk to you from the family situation.
Can you see your time while you're on the phone? Maybe we'll just have to keep an eye on it,
I can't. It comes up, the call comes up, and then the time is here,
Yeah.
and then when they're talking,
If it's another
thing. Another thing I can do. I think the screen doesn't stay lit. It's only, it just, it's only 15 seconds of
Right.
movement, so it goes dark. I feel bad that April was on there, and I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize either.
I didn't know.
And I was getting ready to come up and tell you,
Yeah.
and then the phone just clicked
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
If we had a timer or something, we could,
You know what?
Yeah.
It's my bad. Greg is not the next caller. Justin Jersey's the next caller. He's calling in about 8 o'clock. He's in Milan, Michigan. His home state is Michigan. And he and his girlfriend have a couple special needs children. I'm going to see if he's comfortable talking and sharing, what their special needs are, and just to give us a different perspective that, some of some of these guys aren't coming out of perfect home situations. They have their own issues and own stuff going on, and in this particular case, there must be a heck of a lot more stress than some of the other guys. So we do know that Doug's not getting really good medical care. Now I've a semi-retired nurse. They should be checking his blood pressure minimally every month. Starting on new meds, they should be doing it weekly, and then back it off to 2 weeks, and then monthly just to monitor it. And so they are not following the regular medical standard for treating high blood pressure. And depending on what med he's on for his high cholesterol, some high cholesterol meds require blood tests every so often to monitor those levels, and it doesn't sound like that's being done either. So if any one of you guys, if anyone's on the chat from Texas, maybe call your senators, your House representatives, your state reps for this area, and let them know that medical attention inside the Fort Worth prison is less than desirable.
All right, I've been hanging out in D.C. for a while, and I'm finding out that there are a lot of committees. We were looking up what committee to go attend on a certain day in D.C., and there were about 30 of them. So I say, let's find out who's in charge of these doctors at these prisons, who is on whatever committee it is that's in charge of attending to this, paying attention to this horrible medical treatment that they're getting, and focusing on those guys, because that is the way Washington seems to be working. We elect representatives to go into office, and then they get put on all these committees, and then you never hear about them. I just found out that my guy, Lloyd Smucker, is on the Ways and Means Committee. All right, now I'm 60 years old. I've been trying to figure out how the government works, and I just found out 2 days ago what a Ways and Means Committee is. And turns out they just figured out that the Bidens have offshore bank accounts. The Ways and Means Committee is in charge of investigating shady offshore bank accounts. The Bidens have received 170 SARs, suspicious activity reports, to the financial, that their banks have given government employees and representatives, which is a red flag to shady bank deals that the bank doesn't want to have liability for, but at the same time the bank doesn't want to lose a customer. So they're almost required on a liability to issue SARs. The Bidens have 170 of them. They have offshore bank accounts. And my guy, Lloyd Smucker, you're in charge of the Ways and Means Committee. So I made a phone call to his office. I spoke to his representative on the phone and made her aware that, Lloyd Smucker, you work for us. We want that investigated. Representative Comer is giving a notification to the Ways and Means Committee to take a look at this, and we fully expect you to take a look at that, sir. That's why we elected you in that office, and that's why you're sitting on that committee. The whole Congress doesn't look at offshore bank accounts, just your committee looks at that. So we expect you to look at that, sir. Let's find out who's in charge of the DOJ, what committee, what government bureaucracy is in charge of all this stuff, and let's focus our attention on that. We all need to get smart here. We need to figure out how this government operates and straighten it out. It's up to we the people, because it's obvious that our representatives are not straightening this out right now. This has been going on for 2.5 years, the J6 issue. There's been many issues that have been going on for years before that. So let's get smart. Let's get smart. This is no time to be sitting around watching football games. We gotta figure out what these committee things are. We gotta get word out to our representatives if they're sitting on these committees. So he wasn't able to call out last time.
Justin wasn't?
Yeah. He had trouble with
Oh, did he? I know we caught, there's one time he was able to call out.
it's past 8 o'clock.
Just
Yes, Pete, they're waiting to hear from Justin Jersey. And I don't know, we might be having a problem with Justin Jersey again.
yeah, Justin Jersey's supposed to be calling at 8, it's 5 after. So we'll see. But we did have trouble the last time he was going to call out. So.
G-Pat, I have no idea who Duke Wilson is. When baseball went on their second strike, I stopped paying attention. That was in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah. I used to like baseball.
I stopped after Georgia kicked them out of, or they left Georgia.
Who?
Baseball.
Oh,
Left
yeah.
Georgia a couple years ago because of whatever they left for.
So that is another issue about Doug that I just saw somebody mentioning. They don't want him on these medicines. If a doctor told me I had high cholesterol, I for sure would not be taking the pill that they told me to take for that. Taking pills is not how you get well. You get well by learning about your immune system and how to boost it and how to feed your immune system. God gave us an immune system to fight off anything we're going to encounter. And taking these pills is not the answer. It's not the answer I'm going to choose in my life. And when God's ready to take my final breath out of here, I'm ready to go. But I'm not going to give credit to some white lab coat for giving me a pill for keeping me alive. That's all there is to it. So when this guy's in jail and all his only option for fighting a high cholesterol reading is a pill, I think he should have other options. Sorry I'm raving. I am one angry patriot, I'll tell you.
And what's not helping Doug at all is the fact that about, I would probably say 80-85% of all of their diet is high carbs, which is not the best thing to eat when you've got high cholesterol or high blood pressure. And so diet plays a big part in this too.
That's what they're saying here.
And if, and then what they have on commissary isn't really any better. And so they, pardon the expression, they're between a rock and a hard place. And so we need to give them, make available to them other options besides what they're being given, which sounds pretty minimal to me.
Yeah, it's like trying to survive on 7-Eleven food, basically.
Yeah.
Just called the 7-Eleven diet.
Yeah, 7-Eleven or Sheets. Although most people don't know what Sheets is. Sheets is it's kind of a local thing here in Pennsylvania. Sort of like 7-Eleven everywhere else.
Oh, Sheets, yeah.
Yeah, Sheets.
It's not good food, that's for sure.
No, it's not.
And all that
No,
food
it's not.
here
It's not good food. It's probably the
Frozen
even worse
fries.
fast food than you can get at your regular fast food places.
I'm starting to notice there's bioengineered food in everything now. You can buy the same crackers in France that has no bioengineered food in it, but when you buy those Same crackers here in America. It says bioengineered food products contained.
It really almost motivates you to have your own garden and raise your own animals.
Mm-hmm. Real food.
Oh, yeah. You guys, I got zucchini for you.
Zucchini.
Yeah, you like
It's from our local Patriot Victory Garden.
All right. I'll take a zucchini. It's zucchini season.
Yeah, we're harvesting them right and left. Like we can almost stand in the garden and watch these things grow.
You gotta start hiding them in your friends' cars when they stop over.
I was passing stuff out today. I put 3 in the bag and wrote my name. Give it to my sister-in-law. So.
Yeah, we have corn, we have peppers, we have tomatoes. We planted 160 sweet potato plants. Well, I planted 160 sweet potato plants. And some animal decided, or a group of animals, him and his family decided that they wanted sweet potatoes for supper, and they cleared them out. So we have no sweet potatoes.
Well, now you got a lot of rabbits running around, though.
Yeah, we're fattening them out for a reason.
Time for some rabbit stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Come cold weather.
But yeah, the peppers are going to probably start coming in next week, and the plants are just loaded. Tomatoes are just, I mean, they're just blossoms all over the place. And when they start coming in, we're going to be swamped in tomatoes, I think. But that's all right. That's the less we have to buy over the winter. Less we have to depend on what's being produced and sent to our grocery stores.
All right, well, we don't have a phone call. I'll give you some updates from Freedom Corner. I was up there for the week, and Patriot Roy was with us also. And Mickey and Nicole went to another event and spoke to some Patriots. And they got back on Friday, and they were energized. All right, we got the phone call.
Federal prison. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Doug Johnson.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block, you may begin speaking now.
Hello, are you there?
Hey, yes, we're there. We're here. What happened?
Oh, I only get a 15-minute phone call in the time. What's up?
So anyway, we right after the call ended, we found out that April was on the chat.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and so I don't know if she's still there or not. Is April still on the chat?
Not back. You know.
So we thought awful. We didn't realize until the call ended that she was on.
Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna call her when it's over anyway.
Okay. So
That's
tell
the
her.
other thing
Go ahead.
is they in prison they don't allow us to call our families. Like we can't buy minutes. You get 500 minutes a month, and that is it.
Yeah.
Which comes out to one 15-minute phone call a day with 2 extra phone calls a month. And so it's I try not to call more than once a day, just because that's you're taking away from a day basically. But I had a couple extra for this, so.
Well, we appreciate you calling back in, Doug. But at the same time, I'm kind of sad that you're using up minutes that you'd be talking to your wife and your kids.
Yeah, that's all right.
But we appreciate you calling.
Yeah. It's everything that you guys do for us January 6ers. We really appreciate it. All the letters, prayers, the support that we've gotten
has been really big for me. You know, it lets us know that we're not forgotten, and that we did this for a reason.
That's right.
It wasn't. We didn't do it to overthrow the government or any thing the media made out. We were standing up for our rights as American citizens. You know, they're taking our rights away. Going into the Capitol building, I was the what they call the tip of the spear. I was like one of the front guys, and there was a lot of officers that were cheering us on and waving us in. I don't know. I felt like they were on our side, and then the media turned the story around.
No, it was.
So there's I've got videos in my discovery of me taking selfies with the officers inside the Capitol building, fist bumping them, everything. But they've sealed all that. They don't want the public to see that side of the story. You know.
And because it doesn't agree with the narrative.
Exactly. Like when I got back to my motel room that night and turned on the TV, from my point of view, I'm like, what? That's not what happened.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and they even spliced and cut and reworked Trump's speech to make it sound like he actually cited the violence, and he didn't say anything of the sort.
No, not at all. So, and even in my FBI interview, I said I do not. I take full responsibility for what I did that day, and it had nothing to do with Trump's speech.
Hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Our phone line cut out sometimes.
Yeah, we've had at least one call I think drop, but we're not
Oh,
getting
yeah.
we're not getting that last minute warning, and we're not getting the recording that the call is over. It's just stopping. So.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's why I was concerned maybe we had dropped the call again. And we don't, we don't know whether maybe it's really windy here tonight, and we had a cool front go through. It's supposed to break the humidity here. It's supposed to be cooler next week, and so it's still windy. So we don't know whether that's interfering with the calls or not too. So glad we didn't lose you.
No, I get a quick little beep that lets me know there's 1 minute left. I'll make sure we were in the middle of talking when it beeped, and I intended on calling you back, so that's on with our conversation.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We're standing out here for you guys, because you stood down. You stood in D.C. for us, and that's the least that we can do, to give you guys a voice and give you opportunity to share your story and share, whatever else it is that you want to share. And sometimes I'm kind of at a loss of questions because I'm not sure what you all are comfortable answering. And so it's.
You can ask me anything you want. I don't have to face trial or anything now. So.
Have you qualified for that program that you can do classes and stuff to get your time reduced?
So yes, and I'm doing that to get FSA is what it's called, and I am doing that, and then I had past marijuana usage. I used marijuana before January 6th, so there's also a program called RDAP, which is Residential Drug Abuse Program, and that's supposed to automatically knock 1 year off your time, and all these guys that are in here are getting 1 year off. And I'm in this program, and they just told me, well, I'm not getting the year off, and because I don't get it off because mine was considered violent, and the assault that they charged me with assault, but my assault is intimidation. I didn't touch anybody that day. I didn't spray mace. I didn't do anything, and I have an assault charge for intimidation because I intimidated them. And
this call is from a federal prison.
Had a pocket knife on me that day. I never took the pocket knife out of my pocket. I carried a pocket knife on me like a set of keys or a cell phone for 20 years. I do construction, so knives are just, it's like another tool. And so I got enhancements of with a deadly weapon. So,
Yeah, I was going to ask you if they charged you with possession of a deadly weapon.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, I know there's one information I was looking at. This guy just had a walking stick. Always carried a walking stick, and he was charged with possession of a deadly weapon.
Yeah. Well, they got to make it an armed insurrection, so they got to charge us with weapons, you know.
Yep. You know, beside the fact that nobody was armed.
No, nobody was armed. Except at the front where I was at, the guys with the backpacks that were handing out hammers and mace and, you know.
And
Movie
they
props.
were
Movie props.
they were plants. They weren't really.
FBI.
They were
Right,
mega people.
right.
They're the ones that really should be sitting where you guys are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I just wish I would have had a GoPro camera on me that day so people could see from my point of view what I saw. But even if I would have had it, the FBI would have taken it, you know. A lot of these January 6ers I talked to, they say that they lost all their footage from their phones. The FBI deleted it off their phones.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, I was going to say, if you had a camera on you, would you have been allowed to keep it? Probably not.
Actually, they gave me my phone back. I haven't seen, you know, I've been locked up ever since, but my wife has my phone. And when I get home, I know what pictures I took, so I'll know what to be looking for. I'll be able to tell you if they took me off or not.
That's why we need that Capitol security footage.
Yeah, that's why we need all that the Capitol Police footage and all the Capitol footage.
Right.
Because it corroborates all you guys' stories. You know, it supports your testimony.
Right. Anything that would help me, they magically don't have footage of that. But anything that would hurt me, they magically have the best quality footage of that, you know.
Absolutely.
So.
And how much of that has been cut and spliced
Exactly.
to make it look like you did what you didn't do.
So, yeah, I was saying that the whole time, and my lawyer's like, oh, that didn't happen. And, you know, my lawyer was a Democrat, and he told me I was an embarrassment to this country, or embarrassment to the world for our country, and then how could I vote for somebody that, you know, anyway, so when the end of it was done, right before my trial, it was just before the 2022 elections, he told me, he said, you know, I want to let you know, he said, I've been a Democrat my whole life, he said, and this is the first time ever I'm voting Republican across the board. And that made me really happy. I really opened that man's eyes. He hated me at the beginning, and he completely fought for me at the end, so I kind of red-pilled.
Amen. That's great.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I have another call coming in from one of the guys in PA.
Okay.
So,
Well, tell him I said hi.
Yep, I will, and you take care, bud.
You too.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
Except I don't know if I have it now. Hopefully he'll call back.
Who do you think that was?
Greg.
Greg.
That was Greg Rubinoff.
Yeah.
So we never
Call.
did hear from Justin.
No, Justin didn't call in. Doug called back.
Yeah.
Don't call
Greg
back
is
now.
calling.
So, while we were at the end of Doug's call,
Answer it.
Greg Rubinacher was calling him on my phone, but it didn't last long enough for me to pick it up. Hopefully he'll call back because we didn't answer the call, so he has the option to call back. So hopefully he will. We do have about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Here we go. I think this will probably be Greg.
Yeah.
Federal
Diane.
prison. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Greg Rubinacher.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all, you may begin speaking now.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
All right,
not
Greg.
much.
You
We're
doing
standing,
great,
we're
Janet?
standing out here. Sorry, I wasn't able to take the call. Is that I was on the tail end of a call from one of the guys in Texas, and so thanks for calling back in.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. It's good to hear from you guys again.
Good to hear from you. How are you doing?
I'm doing my best as I can. I've been having motions in and out from, my dad.
Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm trying my best.
I'm sure, but it's not easy. I know that.
Yeah, it upsets me because, my mom just wishes I was home so I could help her. That's really where a lot of my pain comes from.
Yep.
I'm now my mom's struggling.
Yep. For not being able to be there to help her. I'm sure it's not an easy time for her because they were married a long time, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my mom had a heart attack in 18, and she basically died. My dad brought her back to life, and she had DNR in her will, and my dad went against it, and now, she's here without him, so he was really upset about that before when he knew what his days were, and he kept saying sorry to my mom. My mom said, you don't have to worry about it, but now it's just like, my mom just, I don't know, just a lot of stuff that she never dealt with, a bunch of paperwork and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been really difficult for her.
Yeah, so, I don't know, it upsets me. I mean, I'm just sitting here waiting for the damn appellate court to freaking rule on this case, on the obstruction charge. It's like, I can just get that reversed, I could possibly go home, but it's just a waiting game. Everything's a waiting game when it comes to the courts.
Yeah. Do you have a date for that hearing?
They already did oral arguments for the case. I think the case is United States versus Robinson. I think that's the case. I'm not too positive. But they did oral arguments in May, appellate courts.
So this argument was really filed by somebody else, but it also affects your case?
Yeah, they reference my case a lot. Reference my case up and down. It used to be on the law library, the case I'm talking about, and it's not on there anymore. I don't know if that's because I was looking my last name up or whatnot, but it's just not on the law library anymore. I don't know. That itself was interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know if that's just because of the spot I'm at, or if there's people that are still waiting to be sentenced, and they're looking up a bunch of case law. They don't want people to use that appeal that what's in the appellate court for their case going forward. I don't know. You can't really trust what these people are doing anymore.
Yes, we know. Yep.
I don't know. I don't know why it appeared one day, and I showed a few people about all this stuff, and then I looked it up like a week or two later, and it was completely gone from the library. So I don't know.
So
What's
Greg,
the cash
how far away
patel
are you
form?
where your mom lives?
My mom said it's about 5.5 hours. The lawyer tried to get me to go to Jersey, because New Jersey, obviously is closer than New York, and I don't know, they just sent me here.
Yeah. Now, is Loretto a medium security, or is it low?
What, New Jersey?
No, Loretto, where you are now.
Oh, no, it's a low. Apparently I was supposed to go to a camp from the get-go, but they said that some Sixers can't go to camps, so I don't know.
That's great.
Hey, Greg, this is Roy calling. We've talked already. I wrote you a letter. I'm just curious if you got it or not.
Yeah, you're the one that wanted to visit me.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you got it. Were you able to add me to your visitation list?
This call is from a federal prison.
Oh, I've been going through a lot, so I haven't been able to mail anything out, but I'm glad I got to speak to you. But basically, I don't get to add you to anything. You have to do it yourself, and you have to send it to my counselor.
Well, I think I did that. Is there
So
any
then
way-
I would just be waiting for him to do it, because I can't actually do anything myself. I can't add nobody to no visited list. The counselor approves all visitors.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess I could just call the facility and ask him if it was added yet or not. Yeah, okay, I'll try to.
I mean, from what I've told is they usually give you a notice in the mail saying someone's being approved to your visitor list. I haven't gotten one visit, so I haven't gotten that in the mail that you've been approved, but.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to double check, and it's one reason I wanted to try to visit, because I do get out that way. But I've never gotten a notification in the mail that I was approved, and I'm approved at several facilities, but usually you got to find out another way, because they don't bother mailing you. But I'll keep working on it. But I hope to see it sometime
I'm good.
soon.
I mean, I'd love to have a visit, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll keep knocking on the door, see if it opens.
And I think the best way for me to stay in contact is if you guys have core link accounts.
Yes.
Because
Fred, I do. And in
I
fact,
think I tried. I don't know if I added you already. I have your
well,
contact online.
okay, I haven't got notification that you've been added.
No.
But I had, the last letter I sent, I had given you permission to add, or request to be added if you wanted to. So I'll wait for that. But yeah, I am on Corlin.
If that didn't get added, I'm gonna add Diane Kozak. She's a very amazing help with everything.
Yeah, she's
I'll ask her to email me your email address. If I don't, I think it should be added into the system. I might just have to resubmit it
Okay.
sometime. But if not, then I'll ask her for your email. She's been incredible help.
Yeah. Now I had sent you a letter recently. Did you get that from me?
Second letter or the first letter?
I think I sent you one since you were at Benretto, since you are where you are now.
Well, the one that you gave me your email?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. I might have sent that home. So I try to send some. They say that you can't have too much letters here, or they throw them out, and I don't want no one's letter to be.
Okay. Well, I can send it to you again, but if you want to get it from Diane, that's fine too. She has it.
Yeah, whatever works. To be honest.
Now there are 4 other J6ers out there with you.
Yeah.
Robert Moore's is supposed to be coming pretty soon if he's not already there.
Yeah, that's Jeff's co-defendant?
I'm not sure who his co-defendant was, but his nickname's the Lego Man.
Lego Man. I heard about him at Lewisburg.
Yep, he's last we heard he was in Philly, waiting to be transferred there. He was supposed to go last week, then he's supposed to go this week. We're not sure whether he was transferred yet or not.
I mean, yeah, sounds good. I mean, obviously I'll be looking for him.
Yeah.
Pretty much this whole compound knows that. Whenever there's a 6 there, they try to get me in contact with them. That's how it's always been since I got here.
Okay. But yeah, I'll drop you another line. I'll put my email back in it, and I don't know how long it would take you to get it from Diane. So maybe between the two of us, you can get it.
I talk to Diane pretty frequently on email.
Oh yeah.
Pretty frequently. Like I said, she's been an incredible help. She knows a lot of the things that I've been suffering through and going through.
Yeah.
She's just an amazing person overall.
Okay.
But she's been she's been an incredible help with everything.
Greg, we have a question from somebody on the chat.
Hey Greg, my name's Jericho. There's a gal on our chat, Ava, that says the money that was made from the Trump J6 National Anthem song is available, and fill out a form in order to get that. That if your mother finds out how to get that form and fills it out, she can get some financial aid.
Yeah, that would be incredible. I mean, I've lost everything. You know, I lost my car. I lost several tons of money with my lawyer. Anything to get myself back on my feet for when I get out there. I mean, I still have restitution that I got to pay the courts. In fact, the DOJ actually just mailed me a letter saying that I have to start paying, but I've been paying my FRP payments, so I don't know. I sent that to my lawyer. He was confused as well. But someone was telling me that when they send letters like that, that means that they found some of your investments or assets, and they're going to start attacking your assets. And I said, I don't know much about anything. But, I don't know.
This call is from a federal prison.
Definitely like some help though, for sure. 'Cause, I mean, I don't even have a car anymore. It's crazy.
We'll put that information in. I mean, I can get that from Jericho, and I'll send it in, that information with my letter too.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll get into it we'll get it to him that way. Yep. And then I don't know whether it goes, goes to your lawyer or you contact them direct. I'm not quite sure how that works, but we'll get you the information.
And thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Not a problem. Anything that we can help you guys with is not a problem for us to try to get it to you.
And thank you guys. It really means a lot to me. God bless, for real.
Well,
Any more questions?
Go ahead.
Are there any more questions that need to be asked?
Is you still writing music?
Are you still writing your music?
Yeah, I've actually been writing pretty vulnerable stuff. I just can't wait to get back to New York and start recording these things.
Yeah. You had one.
Very, very emotional music.
Greg, I know a guy who writes a lot of music with no words to it, and I thought that would be an interesting collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do it. Like, listen, I'm down to do everything and anything. I'm just willing to. I just can't wait to get back to work, and make music.
Did you get any of the lyrics and the stuff that you wrote already? Did you get any of it out of the prison yet?
I've written close to 100 songs that I sent home. In the 6 months from June to December, when I was sitting in the hole in Owlwood, I've written over 100 songs, and then I have songs that I have here that I still haven't sent home.
Yeah, we want you to send them home. We got a lot of people that are really eagerly awaiting those.
Yeah, so my thing is that I make the beats. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of instrumentals when I go home.
All right, well, you got it all in your head then right now.
So it's like when I at my house, I have a whole studio that I record everything. So I want to put all these songs that I've written on paper on actual records and just release them.
Yeah.
We can't wait to hear it, man. Are you still in touch with Eminem?
Who?
Eminem, you said you had a concert tour scheduled with him prior.
Eminem's artist, Jordan Lucas.
Yeah, are you still in contact with him? Are you in contact with him at all?
No, I'm just in contact with the Grammy-nominated producers that, helped me come up from the beginning. And I'm still in contact with my vocal coach. I call my vocal coach pretty frequently. He's just like, you got a lot to do, man. You gotta come home. I said, you're telling me.
I'm waiting to hear this stuff.
Tell him to start making some phone calls.
Yeah, I know. He thinks it's unfair that I'm here for what I'm here for.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Everyone's starting to realize all the nonsense that's been going on.
All you guys shouldn't be sitting where you are.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think the fun's about to end though. I love you guys. Thanks for.
Yep. Love you too, Greg. And we'll.
Go on.
Oh, yep. 1521. So, all right. I need that information.
Yeah, how do we get it to you?
Well,
All right, how do we get this information about Cash Patel? I have not
you
heard
can
about
write it
that,
right on the
Ava,
back
at
of
all.
This paper.
In fact, I heard a guy said, hey, what happened to all the money from that Trump song? So if this is a line to get that money
Yeah, we should be.
to some J6 families, that's what we're looking, we need that information.
Yeah, if somebody has information, I can write it down and I'll send it to Greg.
I haven't heard about that ever until you just put it in the chat there, Ava.
Yeah.
25,000. It hasn't even went national. They've got 25,000 ready to distribute, and so
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure how to do it. So.
How can we get that information from Ava? Well, we'll have to answer that in a minute.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse, your current balance is $19.94. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this Dino?
Yes, it's me.
Hey.
Hey, DJ.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
You got Rio in the studio. Okay? Hey, how's it going?
It's already moving. You know,
Good.
jumping in. It's already jumping in and out.
Oh, no.
It's jumping in and out. We can't. It's still there's static. We can't hear you guys talking.
It's got to be their phones.
Yeah, it's on there.
DJ.
DJ, you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Are you okay?
Yeah, but it's like it's just really breaking up like every other word.
It's a phone, DC phone.
All right, let's move. We're gonna come out. We're gonna walk around and see if we can come out better.
Okay, it sounds good right where you are, so don't move.
Okay.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Yes.
These things have been pretty bad today. It's I don't know. It's weird. Like the service has just been shot, and it's like that was like every call. Even with the phones on the wall, it's still doing the same thing. It's so weird.
So who else is on the call with DJ?
Oh, this is Zach Reel, by the way.
Oh, hi,
Zach Real, he's
Hey, how's it going? How you doing today?
Zach's one of the.
We haven't. Oh, okay. Well,
So
Zach's one of the guys from Pennsylvania. He's from Pennsylvania, and he's been to Lewisburg. So I thought you guys would enjoy talking to him.
yes.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Where in Pennsylvania are you from?
Well, I live in Philadelphia. I have a vacation home up in the Pocono Mountains area. Yeah, I didn't spend a long time in Lewisburg, but I was there for about 9 days. They kind of like tormented us with a good time up there, and then told us we had to come back down to DC.
It was like sort of a quick momentary vacation.
You completely cut out. We can't hear anything you're saying right now, Tina. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear us.
Oh, you're right back there again. There you are.
Yeah, you're coming in pretty good right now. We had
Oh yeah, good. You're coming in cleared out too. What was that last thing you just said, basically? Like after I got done talking?
your 9 days in Lewisburg was sort of like a mini vacation.
Oh yeah, it is exactly was. That's what it felt like. I mean,
it was the first. I mean, I was in solitary confinement for 9 months over in Alexandria, so like just to be outside was a come up, you know. That was exciting.
Brian, can you hear me?
But yeah, then they ripped it away from us real quick, and you know, back down here. But there's a possibility I might end up back over in Lewisburg. I'm not sure. I think it's a medium security though, or is it a low as well? I'm not exactly sure what the security level is like. Allenwood. Okay. Yeah, I imagine it'd probably be a low, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you need to keep us posted.
You know, but okay, will do.
You know, we're pretty close to where most of the animals are, and we can come visit you.
Okay.
Get us on your visiting list. We can come see you.
All right, absolutely. I don't really know how to stay in contact. Is there some way I could reach out to you? Do you have a website or something? Or?
I have Tina's information.
Yeah, DJ has my information.
Okay.
I got her information, and I'll get you make sure that you guys stay in contact.
Yeah.
Okay, great, awesome.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
How's everything going? How's everything been with you, Tina? Is everything going good with the election that you're the school board?
We're gearing up for the fall campaign, and you know, all of us have really pretty good shots to winning in November, and
Right.
and so we're just going to start putting feet to the ground and doing it all again what we did in April and May.
All right. And for the people who are listening and that they want to support you, what can they do? How can they help you out?
Wow. I'm not really sure how they can do that, because I don't really have what you would say, a campaign headquarters. It's just me.
Okay.
But I do have a team that puts feet to the ground, and I basically knock on doors and hand out stuff, and that's about it. And it has worked well, and that's what I'm going to do again in September and October.
That sounds great. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep you guys posted.
Who's that?
What? Go ahead.
Who's out there with you? Is Roy there with you
Yeah,
too?
Roy's here, and Jericho Steve is here.
Hey, Roy.
And we have another patriot who goes by the name of Flint. Here's Roy.
Okay. Hey guys. Thanks.
Hey DJ, good to hear your voice. Heard you down at Freedom Corner this week.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, good to hear your voice too. The last part cut out. What did you say?
I didn't catch it either.
Jericho and I were down at Freedom Corner this past week, so I heard your voice several times.
Oh, fantastic. And I know it's kind of short notice to you guys and to whoever's listening, but Tuesday is the 1-year anniversary for the vigil outside the DC jail on Freedom Corner. And there's going to be a band, and they're going to have tacos. It's going to be kind of like a real festive atmosphere out there. And I'm hoping that there could be some people that are listening that can come out here and support us and support our other patriots outside. And safety in numbers. And I don't know if how big the left is planning on showing up, but I heard that they're also planning on showing up and doing communist celebrations.
Yeah, we all know what that is. Yeah, be safe out there, whoever ends up going. That's for sure. They'll give in to their antics, but they will be probably trying to push your limits for sure.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
The people at Freedom Corner are planning for the haters to be there, but they said we'll just.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it out there that Zach here is, he's being shadow banned, I guess it is, because he is one of the more prominent patriots, one of the Proud Boys, and they've gone after him
as far as trying to stop him from any kind of gifts and go fundraising. And if anybody can donate to him, find a sponsor for him. Zach, what is your Gifts and Go?
The Gifts and Go, I believe it's giftsandgo.com/defendzach, but you could just go to defendzach.com and it'll forward you right to the exact Gifts and Go page.
And that's D-A-C-H?
D-A-C-H, yes. You can also find us on Twitter, Zach Real Defense on Twitter. It'll give you all the same info. And we do have updates on the case and everything, since we're going to be appealing it immediately, the conviction. So
and that's Real, R-E-H-L.
R-E-H-L.
And, so he's one of your own out there in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys will visit him and he'll be out there.
I definitely want to stay in touch. Definitely like to see you, especially when I get settled in wherever I'm going. We get sentenced in August 31st. So however long it takes me I think it's like a 3 to 4 week process from sentencing date to final destination. So I'll be out there soon before I know it.
Scooter says hi.
Yeah, we definitely will come see you, Zach.
All right, great.
Yeah.
That was good.
Brian Jackson, he wants to say hello to everybody. He's waving. He says, tell him I said hi.
Hey, Scooter, how are you doing?
Hey, Scooter.
His hands are, he can't come in the studio. He's all dirty. He's cooking. So he's not allowed over here.
Wow. So what is he cooking?
We're making some burritos. So they wanted the Mexican to do it, but I said no, you guys.
If you'd have made them, they wouldn't have been able to eat them. They've been too hot.
Yeah, no kidding. It would have been all chili and all hot stuff. No kidding. Hey, that's the truth, Tina. That's the truth. I like flavor.
Yeah.
The hotter the better.
Good though. Spicy's good, and I'm as they say, a Yankee who I like hot stuff though, even as a Yankee.
DJ, how's your mom doing?
I just talked to her a couple of days ago. She seems about the same. She said it's hot out there, 92 degrees or something. So I guess that's our fault, according to Hillary Clinton. The heat wave, you can blame it on the MAGA Republicans. Wow. Wow, right?
Well, spells blame Trump.
Yeah,
Trump's fault.
it must be all the Republicans in Texas because they've been sitting over 100 for a month.
I got to call back.
Did you hear that?
There's, no. What is
It's all the Texas fault. It's just been hot down. It's been over 100 degrees all week.
Yeah, all the Republicans in Texas because they've been sitting over 100 for about a month or so. Yeah, it's just.
God bless Texas. Yeah, God bless Texas. A lot of patriots over there. They're kind of getting caught behind enemy lines there. Right on the border, and I don't know what's going on with Arizona and New Mexico, but California and Texas, they are under attack. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't seem to have any J6ers from Arizona or New Mexico. I don't know why they're absent. Have you met any?
I haven't met any. No.
A lot of California, a lot of Texans.
A lot of Pennsylvania. I've ran into a few Pennsylvanians too, but.
You know what, Zach? There were 75 patriots from Pennsylvania that are originally arrested.
Woo! Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's like
Good.
second or third highest state arrest record for all the arrests in J6.
Beautiful. Good for you. Good for Pennsylvania. That's something nice to hear. We have a lot of Floridians out of Florida, J6ers as well too. Shout out to Florida too. A lot of Patriots. Tennessee as well. Tennessee, I know they're a smaller state, but a lot of great guys in Tennessee I've met too in here.
Absolutely.
We think some of that is because of the pushback that Pennsylvania has given the governor at the time, and just just given given pushback on just about everything that he wanted to do, and so there was a thought that this was retaliation, and they just started arresting people right and left in Pennsylvania.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah, and I don't know whether
Pennsylvania's a key state, and
yeah. No, I missed some of that.
what's that? All right, I'm looking at.
Yeah. You need to change location. It sounds like you're in the tub of water.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yep. You can't hear you. Yeah, we missed all of that. We missed all of that.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Okay.
Ooh, Greta.
They're going to call back in for the national anthem. Hopefully we'll be able to hear them.
Thanks, cowgirl.
Yeah, I remember
Thanks
seeing
for being
Zach's
here.
name. I didn't know that he was from Pennsylvania. But certainly if he is relegated to Lewisburg, we certainly will try to get in to see him. Or Allenwood. He might go to Allenwood since he might be going to a low facility.
Oh. Let me say a couple things here. Mickey said,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
when we were at Freedom Corner, Mickey brought up the idea that we should get state groups together as these men and women are being dispersed out through the United States. And Pennsylvania, like he was saying, has a lot of J6ers that got convicted. So that's our next focus, is to try to organize help and relief for the families and visitation and commissary for the ones that are specifically in Pennsylvania. It would be cool if a New York group started and Colorado group, Texas group, Florida group to get things. So that's one idea that we've had in the last couple weeks that is in the infancy stage right now, and we'll move that one forward as we go.
I have a group that I can put you in contact with. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's called Pennsylvania Coalition, Patriot Coalition.
Oh, yeah.
And there are, I think, at least 110, maybe more, patriot groups across the state that belong to it. And I can get you that information.
All right.
And we can hook up people across the state with whatever prison they're closest to, and maybe divide the state in half, cover Lewisburg, cover Loretto. There's a FCI prison down near Philly. That's where Robert Moore's is, and Kelly Maggs is there too. At least we think Robert is still there. He's supposed to be headed to Loretto, but that's kind of been up in the air now for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Isn't that right, Roy?
I've kind of lost track. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be there by now.
But, so,
Diane would know. I'm
Somebody
sure.
mentioned earlier that he's going to go back to Lewisburg, I think, for 2 weeks.
who, Robert?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that
was an
either.
early message in the chat a long time ago. Too.
Oh, yeah?
On this stream, yeah.
Well, maybe they're gonna send him to Lewisburg for a couple weeks to process and then send him on to Loretto.
So how long does it take? It's just a prison, you know.
You need to ask.
Yeah. This is what we got to deal with.
Okay.
All
This
right.
will be going into our national anthem. Everybody?
Here,
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Daniel Rodriguez.
she comes through nice and clear.
an inmate at the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. Your current balance is $18.34. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, take me. Hey, are you there? Hey, you guys ready for the national anthem?
Yes, we are, sir. We're ready to go.
All right.
You're
Let's
coming in really good and clear.
fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna put the mic down. It's gonna be less than 30 seconds here, guys. We're gonna sing you the national anthem all at the same time. 10 seconds. DC Vigil is also hearing this too, and sing along if you can. All right, guys. I'm gonna put the mic down. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sing that you sing. All right, are you still there? Did you hear that?
That was awesome, guys.
Tina, all right, did it cut out? Was
No,
it
it was good all the way through.
That was the best one yet.
all right.
Yes. You did
All right.
good. You did good.
Thank you.
Yes.
I guess the signal's working again, so I gotta go finish this Lewisburg Vigil, guys. I'm gonna leave that right there. But yeah, I have you guys have any news for us out there, and anything to share with us? Any questions?
Well, Jericho has some information about some offshore accounts that were found recently.
Yeah, I saw James Comer, our representative, mention the fact that they just found some offshore accounts of the Bidens, and that we need our
Really?
House, what was that commission again? Ways and Means Committee needs to take a look at it. So I called my guy, and he's on the Ways and Means Committee.
Interesting.
Offshore
accounts.
Yeah.
A labyrinth of.
Yeah, there's 100.
So there's
170 SAR reports, suspicious activity reports for their accounts that banks have submitted to the government also.
A labyrinth of shell accounts, money laundering, embezzlement, all with this crooked Joe Biden. What a bunch of
It's all-
phonies.
And it's coming out. It's being discovered right now. We just got to make sure our politicians stick with this and prosecute.
Yeah, the Democrats, they hate America, and the evidence is everywhere. These Bidens, they're creeps, you know. There's nothing wrong. The Democrats think that there's nothing wrong with them. Meanwhile, everything on that Hunter laptop is true. They're saying that none of it was tampered with, you know. The founding fathers, they warned us this day would come. And we need to rip these people out of office. The left wants you to think that we're crazy. No. We're not going to take it anymore, guys. We see all this money laundering, all this lying about not knowing about the business dealings of this crackhead son of the president's. You know, he just barely acknowledges that he has another a grandchild, and you know, bravo for you. You acknowledge your granddaughter. Wow, it's about time. You know, maybe that cocaine found at the White House. You know, maybe that somebody's not high anymore, and they're thinking sensibly now. I don't know. What you think. You know, the Secret Service, they know whose it is. You know, you look at that laptop, and there's all this drug use on there, and then we're to believe that it's not the Bidens, it doesn't belong to a Biden.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous, right? You know, I like to ask everyone listening to task yourself with something that you can do and make it happen. I don't know if it's get involved with the news, you know, to be able to answer questions for people. You know, I know the Epoch Times and Gateway Pundit and even the New York Post; those are good newspapers. There's shows that you can watch: Newsmax, Blaze, America's Voice, OAN, One American News. There's another network called The First. We trust Tucker Carlson and Sebastian Gorka, Mark Levin, Dan Bongino. And one of my favorites of all time, a man that brought me to God, Alex Jones. So everybody out there, you know, do something. You know, the left is not going to give up. They're trying to destroy this country to their ability, and we're not going to take it. We're not going to give them America. We're not going to give them our children. They can't have our thoughts. They can't control our mind or our ideas. No, it's not going to happen. So everybody who's listening, if you're struggling in life, or you know, life you think can be a little better, well, guess what? It's going to get worse if you do nothing. Right. So why let your children or your children's children suffer because you decided to do nothing? You know, why is it up to somebody else? Don't be moaning and complaining. Don't be a victim. Do some damage. You know, let's cripple these leftists and their efforts. Spoil their plans. You know, there's just too much going on to not get involved. We need everybody hands on deck, everybody, you know. The balance of powers is failing, and it's our time. Our time has come, you know. We need President Trump to come back, and we need to keep praying to God. They're not going to replace Joe Biden. It's too late. Too many people owe him favors, and he owes too many favors, and they're all protecting him. You know, we know that he knows the ins and outs of government. IRS and FBI whistleblowers can't even get him out of there. McCarthy, I don't know why he's slow to move. We need to impeach him because an impeachment will open up investigations. You know, they're all protecting the Bidens, you know, because they have no choice. You know, millions in dollars, you say, you know, these offshore accounts, they're being paid. With the Biden family at the center, and where are all these celebrities that said, "Oh, Trump is a Nazi, he's white supremacist"? You know, where are all these celebrities? You know, why don't you all speak out? You know, the media covers it up. Democrats don't care. Why? You know, they're all involved. Obviously, Joe has influence because he spreads that millions of dollars around. You know, we aren't stupid. We're not dumb. You know, these J6 judges and prosecutors, they're going to have to answer for their actions too, because we're not going to treat them as they've been ignorant. All these judges and prosecutors have been caught up. They're up to speed with the January 6th community. We know Tony Bobolinsky, his story. We know his name. Now we got Devin Archer, who knows all this stuff about the business dealings involving Hunter and the big guy Joey and all their schemes. Mac Isaac bravely risked his life. The laptop guy, the repair guy, he risked his life. The FBI threatened him over that laptop, so they knew it was true. And Senator Ron Johnson, he was solicited by the FBI, saying you are a target of Russian disinformation. So who gave that order to go to Ron Johnson? They knew ahead of time. The FBI interfered with the 2020 election, and they all meddling with President Trump, who is the front runner, and favored to return to office in 2024. And we need everybody to be involved. If you're listening to this, we need you. Not the next guy, you. Your job is to get someone else now. Get 2, get 3 people. Get involved, everybody.
Time is now.
DJ, that's one reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just
no, we know. I know.
I just couldn't sit by and watch the country go down the tubes, and I have grandchildren coming into school, and I had a grandson that just graduated this past May. And, I don't want to have to sit across from my grandchildren and answer the question, Grammy, what did you do? I want to be able to say this.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
God bless you, Tina. Yeah.
I didn't do anything, and so, it sucks to be you.
God bless you, Tina. Yeah, all you out there listening. Absolutely, Tina, you got the right idea. You got the right spirit.
And nobody else is going to step up and do what God's called each one of us to do. And He's given each of us a different job and a different assignment, and nobody else is going to do mine. And that's why I'm running for school board. Nobody's going to do Roy's, nobody's going to do Jericho's but them, because they're called to do something different. But it's all part of the same. It's all part of the same. And if we don't step up and do it, and don't step into rank, then the battle's not going to be won.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree. Have you talked with Serena, the teacher from Long Beach? Did you ever get in touch with her?
I don't know. I never did. I didn't know that. Had you asked me about that?
I remember talking on the Vigil about. I talked to her on the Vigil, and I think Tammy was going to set you up with her, but she may have forgotten.
Well, I think
but
right after that, you guys went back to Lewisburg, and Tammy went back to Lewisburg, and so we never were able to do that.
Well, I don't want to put that information out over the air, but I'll message one of you. I did send you an email request. I don't know if you got it or not. I'll have to check to see if you.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. I'll look for it. But you can send it to me.
Okay. Yeah, I got your letter, and then I went on the tablet to request your email so that we can message. Yeah. But I might, just to let you guys know, I might be leaving this facility as soon as Monday. So this could be my last video here from DC. I have been sentenced for quite a while, over a month now, I believe. So they might take me out of here, but in case you guys don't hear from me, that's why I'm not here anymore. So I love you all, and thank you all for everything that you do. You guys are wonderful people. Thank you for all your support, the letters, the prayers. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. And like I said, if anybody can make it out on the 1st, which is coming up on Tuesday, for the 1-year vigil,
you have 1 minute remaining
on Freedom Corner. Please come out to DC if you can, at least for a few hours. If you can make that trip, it would be great if you guys can come and join and meet up with other Patriots. It's gonna hang up right now. All right, guys. Good talking to you. Okay, we'll keep in touch. Okay.
Yes,
God
yes.
bless
you. All right, everybody.
Okay, yep.
Bye, DJ.
All
Bye.
right, everybody. Trump won, everyone.
Yes,
He's gonna win again too.
Love you, DJ.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Love you too. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whoa.
We were right at the end. Anyway, when he hung up.
It's always something though with the phones and
Oh my gosh.
can't they just, it's just phones. Can't they even do phones? It's crazy.
Can't they just let the phones alone? 'Cause I
All
think
right,
that's a lot
Patriots,
of-
thanks for stopping in tonight.
Yes. Thank you, everybody on the chat.
We're
Hey,
doing
good night,
what we can
everybody.
do. We gotta wrap it up.
Yep.
Get everything
Yeah,
out
we
of the
gotta-
park before dusk.
It's pretty
It was
dusty.
nice that light
It's
came
pretty
on
dusty,
for us.
yeah.
Yes,
so
this
pretty
is a good
dusty right
location.
now.
That was great.
we were already with our little lanterns here,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden this nice street light just popped out above us.
But thank you guys for being on the chat. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, we need that information too about the
The
Cash Patel
Cash
with
Patel.
about that song.
Yep.
So we'll try to get that information out to these guys.
Yeah.
It seems like if there is money available, they should have already contacted all the families. Somebody's dropping the ball on now. If it's true that there is a fund for them.
Nobody
really
has seen
think
the
that they're
money
gonna
from
be-
it yet, according
We
to what
really
I've
think they're going to
heard.
be contacting the families. They're putting all that back on the families,
All right.
and the families don't have any idea that it's available.
All right, well, I'm heading to Freedom Quarter on Monday. I'll see you from Freedom Quarter on Monday. And
If you can get that information, text it to me.
thanks, Ava, for everything you do. I mean, we're a team here. And we're doing this part, you're doing that part. And we love the fact that you're with us here, Ava. Good night, Deb from Freedom.
Yeah,
Thanks
good
for all
night,
you
Deb.
do.
Yep. Thanks so much for everything, Deb.
She's an outstanding patriot
is.
with a lot of good talents.
Great moderator too.
All right, good night, Patriots.
Yep.
Over and
See
out.
y'all next week.